Today we're going to be reacting to The Secrets of Flumbo by the EUPHORIC brothers. Let's do this. Hey,
the iconic family mural of
Flumbo.
Banban's kindergarten is the spirit of the facility. At first glance, it might seem that the family mural showcases 6 different characters. But what if I told you that there are actually 7?
You know.
A blue creature that looks eerily similar to the red one that it's hidden under. And why this blue creature was never meant to be found and how he was eventually found is exactly what's answered in Garden of Banban Zero and Garden of Banban Anti-Devil. This blue creature is Original Banban, as he is currently named in the game files. But you might know him better by his public name, Flumbo. That's right! This one is actually Flumbo. And longtime viewers of the Banban Chronicles might recognize his public name from episode 1.
Yeah.
But this time around, this is actually Flumbo. The Garden of Banban cast each have their own detailed story and personality, and that's what makes Garden of Banban unique. Join me on the 5th episode of the Banban Chronicles, narrated by me, Ty Coker, the voice actor of the Bitter Giggle Assistant, a series where we dedicate each episode to discussing the history and secrets of a member of the Garden of Banban cast.
Yeah, so we reacted to, I think, Banban, Jumbo Josh, Little Giggle. I don't really know the rest, but yeah, that's a lot.
The main storyline of Garden of Banban Anti-Devil revolved around the intense rivalry between Banban and Flumbo. 2 characters that, while physically very similar, differ significantly on every other scale. But what if I told you that the physical differences between Banban and Flumbo were originally much more significant than what they ended up being? You see, when the EUPHORIC brothers were first planning for Flumbo's physical debut in Garden of Banban Anti-Devil, they wanted a character that would serve as the complete opposite of Banban, but yet would be similar enough physically so that people can tell he's a variant of Banban. So to start, it was agreed upon that the character should be a shade of blue, which is what's commonly thought of as the opposite color of red. Then, seeing how similar Banban looked to an anthropomorphic cat, it was decided that the character should be a dog, given that dogs are often thought of as the enemies of cats. And just like that, the first design of Flumbo was created, a blue dog version of the red Banban we know and love. What's on screen right now is seriously what Flumbo was going to look like as saved in the project files, not some interpretation created later based on some loose description. He had the same physique as Banban, as well as his iconic smile and tongue. Did anyone else ever feel like Banban should be talking like this the whole time? Does that get annoying?
Yeah, definitely you get annoying.
His shade of blue was later made to be lighter so his facial features are clearer, and was then given a singular party hat to match the party hats of the red Banban. Although his party hat had a color scheme of white, blue, green, and yellow, whereas the original Banban's hats are light blue, white, gold, and dark pink. However, after the design was finished, it really felt like it shifted too far from Banban's original design, which was not the goal. And so the character was restored back to being a cat, banishing Dogban into the dark realm of unused character designs. And for a while, Flumbo was literally just a blue version of Banban that even wore 2 hats, just like red Banban. Sometime later, his hats were taken away, and a variety of different accessories were tested on him to see what looked cool and interesting. Things like different eyes, eyebrows, mouth designs, colors, and more were all given to Flumbo at one point. If Flumbo is the main character of the cast, he needed to be the character that all the other cast members looked up to. And you know who others look up to?
Superheroes! That's exactly what Flumbo was originally going to look like. A superhero!
He had 2 yellow gloves, 2 yellow boots, a wider smile than the red Banban, a yellow beard, and yellow eyebrows. But he once again started to look a little too different from Ban Ban. So his boots were taken away, and then eventually his gloves too, leaving Flumbo the way we know him today. Naked.
Oh.
What do you think of these previous
Yeah,
designs?
all
Let us know in the comments below which one is your favorite. Dog Ban, Super Flumbo, regular Flumbo, or one of the designs in between. If there's a fan favorite design, maybe it'll make some kind of comeback in the series. Not you, Dog Ban. You stay down there with Oscar.
Okay.
But what if I told you that's not everything related to Flumbo that was eventually scrapped or ended up unused? Much like all of the other characters, Flumbo too has unused voice lines.
Okay.
And there is one in particular that has a very interesting backstory. And this particular line is Flumbo's laugh.
Oh?
Take a listen.
Oh.
This laugh was intended to play after Flumbo grabs you and jumps off Syringen's balcony with you.
Okay.
Because at this particular scene, Flumbo still thinks you're playing hide and seek. As far as he knew, this was all a game. This laugh was taken out so far into development of Garten of Ban Ban Anti-Devil that there's versions of it in every language that dubbing is available in.
Okay.
So English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, Korean, Japanese, and German. Take a listen.
Oh. So why was this needed? Okay.
Flumbo has so many scrapped and unused properties to the point where the character's name itself was also once unused. If you had watched the first episode of the Ban Ban Chronicles, which revolved around Ban Ban himself, then you already know that Ban Ban's name was originally planned to be Flumbo. This is noticeable in the game files where many of Ban Ban's assets have Flumbo in the name, not Ban Ban. The entire game itself was originally going to be called Flumbo and Friends, not Garten of Ban Ban. But of course, you know by now, things took a very different course. Ban Ban became Ban Ban, not Flumbo, and Garten of Ban Ban became Garten of Ban Ban instead of Flumbo and Friends. Though there's still a little Easter egg to it in Garten of Ban Ban 7, where the same Flumbo would be later reused and given to a familiar character that would debut very briefly in the franchise's 7th entry, and later become the main character of the franchise's 8th entry. This character would also fittingly become a kind of an original version of Ban Ban, much like how Flumbo was the original name of Ban Ban. Which, as a bonus fact, is voiced by Daniel Walton, an absolute legend, who also voiced characters in some of the EUPHORIC Brothers' older games. And also, as another fun little fact, there's a 9 a.m. clock icon for the Flumbo clock that never appears in the game. In fact, every clock icon that has ever appeared in the franchise has a 9 a.m. variant that's never used. This is because the clock starts at 10 a.m. and stops at 3 p.m. But what if I told you that these aren't the only things related to Flumbo that were scrapped or unused?
There's more.
Flumbo's introduction in Garten of Ban Ban Anti-Devil took perhaps the most amount of time to write and perfect, with many sequences originally planned to play out very differently from how they ended up being. In the many original scripts, as well as the final script, the plot is relatively the same up until the point where you open Flumbo's closet for the very first time. Although the prison sequence was a lot crazier originally, but that we'll discuss in future episodes of Ban Ban Chronicles. In the final version of the script, you approach the closet as normal, only to find Ban Ban already there right before he was going to open it to let Flumbo out. Ban Ban then greets you and explains afterwards that he was sent there to bring someone that was in the closet. However, as soon as he opens the closet slightly, Flumbo would sprint out and run away from both you and Ban Ban. He tells you to follow him into the Garten of Ban Ban 0 area, where he tells you that the person he's looking for thinks he's still playing hide and seek, and that he must be somewhere in the area. You then play a short game with Ban Ban where you try to find Flumbo in the Garten of Ban Ban 0 area, which Flumbo eventually loses when you both catch him. You'd then all board the train together like the final script, but the events that happen inside were also changed. Instead of being shocked that Syringin wants to hunt you down, Ban Ban was originally meant to already know that, and that on the train he'd call Syringin via a walkie-talkie, telling him he's got Flumbo, but not the human. He'd tell you that Syringin has everyone under control using shock collars placed around their necks, including the Givanium citizens. He'd tell you that the machine that allows him to shock the collars of anyone in the facility is right in his office, and that Ban Ban himself has the chip that could completely hijack and stop the machine. And that he himself can't go back with it because he'll get searched, and if they find it, he'll be caught. So he gives it to the player and tells them to meet back with him in the tower using the back door. Sound familiar? The player would then be dropped off at the old clinic and then have to make their way through, similar to the final version of the script. Although the sequence of the old clinic itself, too, was also changed quite a bit, that's for another video. The player would make their way into the tower, up the elevator, plant the chip where Ban Ban wanted it, and then enter Syringin's office to find Flumbo strapped to a bed. Once again, similar to the final version of the script. Flumbo is freed, Syringin discovers that Flumbo is freed, then Flumbo grabs you and you both jump off the balcony together to find yourself awakening in the Givanium village. And although there are many other things that were changed from the original scripts and the final script, that will need to be discussed in later episodes. This is all we can share in this episode regarding Flumbo's involvement, as not to spoil too much of the future episodes. For example, the fact that a very familiar character was meant to appear in Garten of Banban Anti-Devil and play a major role, but never did, as to save his reappearance for a later game. Or the fact that the remote was not originally meant to shoot electricity and instead do something completely different, but just as cool. But wait, what's that cute little Banban plushie doing here? Stay tuned for the next episode of the Banban Chronicles, where the secrets and history of another character will be revealed. Comment down below which character you want to learn more about next. And keep on flumboing! That doesn't work as well. Keep on banning!
I played Government of Zero, but I didn't play Government Ace. But yeah, I kind of watched it off camera and yeah, it's pretty good. Definitely the best one so far. Yeah, they keep improving. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, of course. Like, subscribe, make sure you for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.